Hey guys, so we've been going over how to calculate reserves and what you need to put in reserves, and today we're going to go over how do you calculate the amount that you have to put in reserve once you have those reserve components identified. And this is the formula for how you do it. Now this is the fully funded reserve calculation formula, and we'll get into how to waive this number later on, but for right now it's how do you get that fully funded number? And you do that by, you take the estimated replacement cost for the item. So how much you think it's going to cost in the future when that item wears out and needs to be replaced. So we're going to use roof in just a moment. How much do you currently have saved up? What's your beginning balance? You take the estimated replacement cost minus the beginning balance. You divide the sum of those numbers by the useful life. After that, you get your required reserve contribution for a given year. Now let's go over an example of this number. So the new roof, for example. Say you're going to anticipate your new roof is going to cost $500,000 to replace. You currently have $100,000 saved up to do that. You have $400,000 difference there that you need to make up for. Your roof's going to last 20 years. Therefore, you need to save $20,000 a year in order to have a fully funded number coming up when it's time to replace that item. And then you just do the calculation every single year. So the following year, you'd say, we still need $500,000 to replace the roof. Now we've got $120,000 divided by 19 years left, and we'd get to the same number here. Now, for example, say you decided you weren't going to fund in a given year, and then you would still say, we need $500,000. We still only have $100,000 because remember, we voted to waive the requirement. But now we have 19 years left. So you would do the math on that and figure out it's probably $22,000 in order to save up and get caught up to where you need to be. This is the fully funded number. This is an objective number. There's probably a little bit of subjectivity in the amount that it's going to cost to replace the item, and maybe on the replacement, the useful life there. But this number here is not based on affordability. And I keep seeing that over and over and over again with clients. They'll go, well, we can't afford to put $20,000 a year into the roof reserve. That's not what that is not a variable in this equation. If you guys can't afford as an association to put $20,000 into that reserve account, you need to go to your owners and have them vote to allow you to put less than the fully funded number in there. And in almost all instances, it takes a majority of owners at a meeting in order to do that. Now double check your documents. Occasionally it'll say a different number than that. But generally it's a majority of the owners at a meeting can vote to put less than this fully funded number in there. Now, what that proposed fully funded number would be, whether or not it's 10,000 or 0 or 1999, whatever number you want to do, that's the board's decision on whether or not they want to propose that number or where it is. And when you propose that number, when you put that number in the proxy that says, we can't afford $20,000, or we as a board don't think we can afford $20,000, and we're suggesting that the owners put a lower amount in there, you have to say what the lower amount is. You can't just have a broad, do you want to put a lower amount in there? You need to tell the owners, do you want to put 15? Do you want to put 10? You can do it as a percentage. You can say, do you want to fund this number by 50% or 10% or 0%? That's fine, but you have to tell them what that number is, because asking them just a carte blanche, do you want to put less? Your owners are going to vote differently if you say, do you want to put less, meaning 99% or 0%? I think your owners would vote differently depending on what those percentages were, certainly in different situations. So this is your number. You will do this for your roof, your painting, your paving, all your other calculation, or all your other reserve components. You'd eventually get to a sum of items, and that's how much you have to put in your reserves for the fully funded number. And just make sure this number is not based on affordability. So don't start manipulating these numbers in order to back into the number that you can afford. All right, thanks guys.